I saw my life branching out before me, like a green fig tree. From the tip of every branch, like a fat purple fig, a wonderful future beckoned and winked. One fig was a husband, and a happy home, and children. And another fig was a famous poet. And another fig was a brilliant professor. And another fig was E.G., the amazing editor. Another fig was Europe, and Africa, and South America. And another fig was Constantine, and Socrates, and Attilia, and a pack of other lovers with queer names and offbeat professions. Another fig was the Olympic lady crew champion, and beyond and above these figs were many more figs I couldn't quite make out. I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make up my mind which of the figs I would choose. If you read some memoirs, spend any time on Hopecore Instagram, you'll likely quickly find this Sylvia Plath quote. It's borderline cliche, but with good reason, because my God, is it relatable. I'm 24, I turned 25 in less than 2 weeks now, and thankfully I've acquired a wide range of friends going down a great variety of different life paths. But there's one thing that seems to tie us all together, and that's a crippling fear that we are wasting our lives. First off, what an insane privilege it is to have so much time that is a big fear of yours. But secondly, what's the deal with that? Why are we all so desperate to do something of meaning? We have to build and plan for a future, impress our friends, make our parents proud, build some type of worldview, travel to far-fetched places, get some anecdotes because you have to impress people on dates. You have to go on dates, balance a hustling, bustling career with an active social life and curate it all on social media so the whole world knows about it. Is it any wonder that from time to time we get a bit overwhelmed? Once we figure out what we're going to do, we have to figure out where we're going to do it. Test ourselves in a big city, lots of opportunity, but lots of competition. Move somewhere surrounded by nature. Maybe go to some far-fledged country, build schools and houses, do something that actually makes a difference. Or maybe just stay in your comfy little hometown, same bedroom you grew up in, and live the comfortable life that you know. What I've found is that people are very critical of people who have taken a different life path from theirs, because you can't help but ask the question, are they the ones who are right? Am I the one that's crazy? And that feeling comes from a place of insecurity. There is no wrong answer except sitting with Sylvia Plath under the fig tree, starving. Don't get me wrong, the huge variety of figs can be stunting. I understand that. But you have to choose one. And in that same vein, sitting down with a pen and paper, writing out every single eventuality that your life could play out, or spending your time reflecting on past things that have happened in your life, different roads you could have taken, how different your life could be. Both of those activities are, for the most part, mindless. And I've tried. I've really tried those things. Now time for another poem, because it's my video. And if you don't like poems, what are you doing here? This time, A.E. Housman. Into my heart an air that kills from yon far country blows. What are those blue remembered hills? What spires, what farms are those? That is the land of lost content. I see it shining plain. The happy highways where I went and cannot go again. I love that poem. Beautifully put, A.E. Housman, but I do have a bit of feedback. So what you're saying is, I can spend my 20s and 30s anxious about all the possible paths my life goes down, just to get to a point in life where I reflect back on this time and think about all the things I didn't do with anxiety and regret. Respectfully, what is the point in that? These thoughts are all very obvious, and I know that. People have, of course, lived much more difficult lives than the one I have, but all I can do is talk about my own experience. I've been very lucky to have lived in a variety of different places with significantly different priorities and purposes. But still, I've often found myself beneath the fig tree. Like before I moved to New York, my life felt very stagnant. I wasn't depressed, I wasn't unhappy, I wasn't overly anxious, but it just felt like it had been a bit too long since I had examined any new figs. Since coming to New York, my life is objectively more difficult than it was in Ireland. Yet for some reason, it feels a bit easier. I'm quite thoroughly examining this one specific fig, the photographer, filmmaker in New York fig. It's kind of my dream fig. It's kind of always been my dream fig. I'm nowhere near where I want to be with that, but I can feel like I'm moving in the right direction. And with that, it feels like I've stepped pretty far away from the fig tree. But eventually this fig's going to shrivel up. I'm going to want to move back to Ireland or somewhere new altogether and do something new altogether. And when that time comes, I will likely find myself yet again sitting beneath the fig tree. So to the various past Stephens who found themselves here, to the future Stephen who invariably will end up here, and to anyone who maybe a bit more urgently needs to hear this, don't sit under there for too long. Thanks for watching. Look at all these people sitting under their various fig trees. Just beautiful.